Okay. Let me grab one thing. I need my notebook. What in the world is that noise?
I know, it's so loud though.
Wonder if Sarah's running her disposal. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I do have it recorded.
And follow the instructions on the pin pad.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I'm gonna mute everybody, so you're fine.
Okay.
Maybe I will. How do I do that again? Let me.
Hey, Danny.
All right, we should be good. Let me know if you cannot hear me. Otherwise, I think everybody is muted. Right? Yep. Okay. So we are going to jump in, you guys. Thanks for getting on. Hi, Liz. I haven't got to meet you in person yet, or as in person as this is. So thanks for joining us. I really want to make sure that we're starting our months out strong. I think October has the opportunity and the potential to be a really big month for you if you want it to be, and for the team, because they're extending the Challenge Pack, most popular Challenge Pack sales for one more month. So I'm kind of surprised that September and August were as slow as they were, given the fact that they have all of the most popular challenge packs on sale for that price. I mean, typically months that 21-day fix by itself is up are strong months because that's such a popular program. So if you have felt drained or that things have been slowly moving the last 8 weeks, number one, know that you're not alone. Whether it's super high up coaches or brand new coaches, I think there is a little bit of pushback going on right now. You know, things are changing and Beachbody On Demand is becoming all that more integral to the system, and I think they're trying to get more people on board with Beachbody On Demand. And if you listen to the call on Monday, the National Wake Up Call, she really talked about leaning into the change and knowing that change brings growth and good things. And I think one thing that's great about Beachbody as an organization is they really listen to their coaches. Like, they don't want us to be struggling because it doesn't serve them well. I mean, if you know Carl at all, and obviously we don't know him that well, but you know, just from what I've learned about him and gotten to know him in my time coaching, his mission is 100% to end the trend of obesity and to help as many people as possible. So if his coaches start saying, hey, you know, there's some issues here, it's harder to sell challenge packs, there's pushback in these areas, I know that they are listening to that feedback. And I think that that was highlighted on the call on Monday, that they spent so much time talking about change, and with change comes growth, and like I said, just leaning in. So I would love to challenge everybody to start October with that driving factor of why you became a coach. And most of us became coaches because we were really great challengers and we loved our accountability groups and we love that environment. And you guys, you can't put a price tag on that. It's such an asset that we have that we can share with other people. If you are just worried about selling them a challenge pack so you can get 2 Success Club points, not only is this going to be a miserable experience as a coach, you're going to burn out so fast that there'll be no longevity whatsoever. If you put in conversations with your potentials, why you love this, what you love about it, what it's doing for you, and like I've been saying recently, documenting your own fitness and wellness journey, it is contagious, okay? You guys saw your upline coaches, whether it was me or whoever brought you into this, you saw something that they were doing that spoke to you and that you wanted to be a part of, okay? And then you were a challenger for a little while and you loved it and you decided you wanted to be a coach to share that with other people. When you come from that place, there are endless opportunities. There are no bounds as to how big this can be. Hi, Danny. So, I really want you to think about that why. And if you're a newer coach and you're like, I don't really know why I did this. I kind of was going to be a discount coach, but now I'm going to try to do something with it. Take some time and think about what you want. Do you want to cover the cost of Shakeology? Do you just want to help one or two people feel the way that you're feeling? Do you not like what you're doing or financially need more income and you want to grow a business? Whatever that is, it's perfectly fine, and there's a path to get there. But if you don't know what that is, then you can't work towards it, and we can't help you reach those goals. So every month I ask you to jot down goals for the month. Make sure that you do that this month. I'm going to share mine maybe later tonight, but definitely tomorrow. I traveled today and yesterday, and it just takes it out of me without any care to be gone all day long. But I will get my goals up, okay? I want to challenge you guys to get back to, all of us, not you guys, I want to challenge us to get back to basics in October. And I'm going to give you about 5 things that I want you to commit to this month. And they are not crazy difficult, and they are something you can do every single day. And I want you to tell me in 30 days if you go all in on these things that you saw no difference in your business, because I don't believe it. I don't think it's possible, okay? The first thing is I want you to complete those daily 4s this month, okay? And if you don't remember what that is, I'll go over it really quickly. I've talked about it a lot. And let it be 2. If you feel overwhelmed, make your number 2. Don't make it 10. Don't make it 8. Make it something that's attainable to you, because that consistency is what matters more than pushing big numbers on that, okay? And I'm just going to go over it really quick in case we have new coaches watch this. Find an old notebook, divide it into 4s, add, connect, invite, follow up. Make sure you can put 2 names in each of those squares every single day this month, okay? If you want to do 10, more power to you. But you can do 2 names per square each day. It takes very little time. It builds that momentum that we all look to find. I have been really slow the last 2 months, and I had 3 people contact me today that want to buy challenge packs. So if I can get to SC10 before the 10th of the month, that's always a goal of mine, and I haven't been able to do it the last 2 or 3 months. It probably will come together this week, and that's because I never stop this consistency. Now, I'm trying to have 10 names in here. You can see I clearly don't hit that all of the time, but that is my personal goal. Even if it's one, and that's a big step for you, but it's a baby step and it's manageable, I want you to do that all month long. Screenshot it and send it to your upline coach if you need that kind of accountability. Screenshot it and send it to me at the end of each week, okay? Sometimes just having somebody look out for you and say, I want you to do this. I know you could do this. Let me know when you've done it, is all that you need. So first task is daily 4s, okay? Second task, and I probably will say this every month, but I want you to buy into PD this month, okay? Please, I promise you, it is the biggest difference in those that are having success and those aren't. And I think a lot of it is because of mindset, because even if I'm not hitting my goals, I personally don't get overly stressed about this to the point that I get upset about it. I've never once said, I'm not going to be coach anymore. This is too much trouble. And it's because I see all of the goodness that it's brought into my life. So even if I don't hit the goals that I've set for myself, I know that I'm getting a lot out of it and that I'm giving a lot of myself to other people, and that feels really good. But where that mindset comes from is personal development. So pick a book, stick with it, whether you read it or you download Audible and listen to it this month. But if PD is something that has escaped you and you thought, I don't really need that, it's not really for me, prove me wrong. Do it for the month of October and then tell me that it was a waste of your time, okay? We'll have that conversation in 30 days, but please do it this month. Next thing. You've seen me post about it in our team page, but this internal coach challenge that we're running, Coachtober, I'm going to do 2 drawings, one on the 15th and one on the 31st. And it's super simple. Every time you are able to share a post that you shared on your personal feed based on the post for that day, where is it? I'm sure you guys all know what I'm talking about, but just for the just to have it. Let's see. Sorry, wait one second. I'm going to pull it up. Okay. Just to make sure we're all on the same page in case you haven't seen these. Okay, so I'm going to repost these every day of the month. Okay, so today's was Tuesday in Coachtober. These are all social media challenges. I think one of the biggest problems is people get tripped up and they don't know what to post, so then they just choose not to and say they'll start tomorrow, okay? This is something that can easily be fixed, especially when you have this kind of guidance. So today's was Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday. Post anything about a physical victory, a non-scale victory, a challenger's transformation, a change that you've made in your life, a financial gain, any transformation that has come from this lifestyle, okay? You don't have to say 21-day fix saved my life, but you can talk about changes that you've made in your life. Some of the things I've talked about in the past are the ability to finally be an early morning workout person, the ability to go on a road trip and pass up fast food. When I'm good at cutting out coffee, but I suck at it again right now, so I can't talk about that. You know, actual transformation changes in my body, running times. There are so much that you guys can talk about, okay? And this kind of links back to that PD thing. If you are reading personal development, it gives you a platform to talk about because you really start assessing yourself differently and being much more aware of what you're doing. So, for instance, we'll go back to this Coachtober. Today's challenge was Tuesday transformation post. Here's tips. Make sure, like, extra posts or extra challenges to do, and then in the comments I'm asking you guys to screenshot and share your post. So every time you do that, your name is going on a running list, and then it's just going to be a drawing. So I think Tracy's done it every day this week, so right now her name's in there, or I guess it's 4 days in, her name's in there 4 times. So just because, you know, you obviously have better odds the more you do it. But this is easy things. You can't say you want to work this business and you want to be successful, but you can't carve out time to do these small activities, right? Like, it's in your day. You can find the time. And I'm hoping with this really clear, structured guidance that it becomes less intimidating and you learn how to do it in a quick way. In terms of, and this is just a small tangent, I talked about this the other day in my Getting Started Right call, but, you know, they say be on social media 3 to 5 times a day. You don't want your social media page to feel like an infomercial, okay? That you've turned it to channel 156 and the 21-day fix infomercial is just on repeat. And if somebody goes to your page and you're only talking about Beachbody, 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 that's a turnoff to somebody, okay? But if you are sharing your story, and to me, I think it's about sharing one health and fitness post once a day, that is just motivation to other people. That's you talking about what you're doing and what's working for you. So just be mindful of that. I try to follow 4 posts a day, 1 motivational, 2 that are lifestyle oriented, so about my kids, about my day, a funny story, do you like shirt A or shirt B, whatever, and then 1 that is health and fitness oriented. I've heard lots of different ways to think about your social media posting, but for me, that's been the quickest way to knock things out. In the morning, I always do a motivational post. So now when you're going through other social media pages, or you're reading your personal development and you're keeping a running tally of quotes you like, or you're screenshotting other people's quotes, and you're like, I really like that one, I'm going to share it one day. It's quick. I have an album on my phone that's called Words to Live By. It's where I stick all those screenshotted pictures, and then I can sometimes use theirs and crop it, or I can quickly make my own, okay? So it's what I post first thing in the morning most days a week. Sometime later in the morning, I tend to post something about one of the kids. I post a lot, so this is not like terribly hard for me, but I wasn't being as good about posting about lifestyle stuff as I thought. Like, I'm terrible about posting about Shakeology because I don't want to jam it down people's throat, and I probably don't post about it enough. So having this method, I can kind of, like, I keep in my calendar, Monday my health fitness post, I'll just jot down was about, what did I do yesterday? Core to Force. Today's was Tuesday transformation. I know I'm sharing a like Throwback Thursday transformation type picture on Thursday. So that means tomorrow or Friday, I should probably talk about Shakeology. In the scheme of things, is one post every 7 to 10 days about Shakeology over posting and oversharing? I don't think so, but it makes me mindful of it by having that 4 posts a day mentality to approach it, okay? So that was your third task, was the Coachtober post, okay? And then this last one seems so small, but I promise you it's so important. Listen to those national wake-up calls for the next 4 Mondays, okay? Please do. I rarely listen live. I love when I do because I can knock it out, but they have the call on the the replay line normally within an hour, and the replay number you just call back in, so you still can listen to it on your own time, or you can download the podcast, which we've said a lot, but sometimes people still don't know about it. Go to your iTunes, or I don't know what it's called on Android, wherever you get it from Android. Search Coach Beachbody Coach app, something like that. It'll be in there. And then download it. And you can play it. You can speed through the rank advancements at the beginning, which they seem to, like, they don't announce diamonds anymore. It's just star and above. So especially this time of year where I think it's kind of a period of slowness, it's not taking but 7 minutes to get through the rank advancements, if that. And then it gets into the call. And why I think this is so important is we are a non-traditional business, okay? We have a lot of flexibility and a lot of freedom, but having that call at the beginning of the week really anchors my work week in terms of Beachbody stuff. I always feel very motivated and encouraged by Jeff Hill, or if Michael's on, or if Carl's on, and I think it has been great for me to hear them talk, especially if you haven't been to Summit or been to a live event and you're still kind of fuzzy on what this organization is about. Getting familiar with that crew is important, because I think it gives me the ability to feel really good about what we're doing and not slimy about being part of a network marketing group. And it just shines a light on what their purpose is. And I'm proud to be a part of this organization, where at first I kind of was like, not wanting to tell anybody I was a Beachbody coach. And I don't even really know why, other than I thought maybe it was the same thing as Advocare or as Plexus or as 31 Bags. I mean, I just felt funny about it. Now that I know what they're about, I'll tell anybody first thing, I'm a Beachbody coach, because I believe in their mission so much. And that belief started by listening to those national wake-up calls. So that's part of the reason it's important. The other part of the reason is it really just gets you ready for your week, so that these things that we just went over, you don't like shelf them because they're not important, and then it's Thursday and you've done nothing, and then you feel crappy about it, and you're like, okay, I'm going to start next week. And then on Monday you miss the wake-up call, and on Tuesday you're like, God, I did it again, I'm going to start tomorrow. And then this cycle starts. So when we talk about positive momentum and positive energy moving you in one direction, that negative energy and negative momentum can be just as paralyzing and difficult to get out of. So even if I'm off, things have been crazy, I know by listening to that call on Monday morning that I am going to be ready to go after my goals for that week. So I think it's really important. So just to recap, areas that I want you to be consistent this month. And please take this challenge, okay, guys? We have a great team. We have so much momentum. We have new people coming in all the time. And it's really because of our culture. And our culture comes from being strong challengers and products of the products, and rocking our challenge groups, and then wanting to share that with other people, okay? And I think all of these tasks that I've given you are back to basics for the month of October. Push us in that direction of sharing with others in a way that should be very approachable and not scary and doable. So you're going to listen to that national wake-up call. You're going to do your daily 4s and be able to put, ideally 2, but at least 1 name in those 4 squares every day this month. I know that you can do that. You're going to listen to your 10 minutes or read your 10 minutes of personal development every single day. I've started to find that when my 3rd child will not go to sleep at night, I'm wearing a headlight on the floor and reading a book in there, and then I knock out 10 minutes. Otherwise, I would just be laying on the floor kind of wanting to strangle Charlie. So, I mean, he looks super cool. I can't look up at him when he says my name because I blind him with my headlamp right now, but I'm getting it out of the way. But I listen to Audible all the time too. So National Wake Up Call, Daily Fours, personal development, participating in Coachtober post this month, okay? I know that you can fit those 4 things into your life, and like I said, let's have a conversation at the end of the month. If you do all of those things every single day and you don't hit Success Club and you don't, let's say your goal is to rank advanced to Emerald or to Diamond or to, I don't know what it is. If you don't hit your goals and you've done all those things, let's you and I have a one-on-one, because I think it's going to be impossible to not hit your goals if you can incorporate this into your lifestyle, okay? Something else. I'm going to unmute everybody and see if anybody has any questions. We have just a couple minutes left. You know, one thing that I was listening to, I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with Josh Coates. I'm in one of his small group trainings right now. So he, a couple months ago now maybe, ran an ad for any Beachbody coaches that wanted to do a small group with him. Couldn't maybe afford the I think his one-on-one training is $200 an hour, so that's not in my price budget right now. But I would love to do some of that training, and it was at a much lower rate. Anyhow, there's a couple thousand people that applied for it, and I was one of the 9 chosen. So I've been working with him the last 3 Saturdays, and something that he talks about regularly is, you know, speed of the leader, speed of the pack. Now that's one thing for me to say to you guys, but you're the leaders to other people. You're the leader to your own coaches. You're the leaders to the people in your challenge groups. So just like you can't expect your challengers to show up day in and day out and do what they're supposed to do if you're not doing it. If you have a downline, you have coaches underneath you, and you're not putting forth the effort that you want them to put out, it's not in alignment, okay? You've got to be the challenger that you want to have, and you've got to be the coach that you want to have underneath you. It's really, really important that you always are focusing on your goals and leading by example. And I think that if we all try to embody that effort, that it's going to be really incredible for our entire team. Okay. Any questions that anybody has? Anybody? Sarah's in bed. Sarah, can you hear me? I feel like she's frozen. Anything else? Oh, the last thing I heard today that was, I thought, super important. Everybody, they're talking about, he was saying that he has some coaches in his large group trainings that may have like 3,000 followers on Instagram. They can't convert any of those people over to challenge power, over to challengers. And he was asking, what he says when people say, what do I do? And he pointed out, like, a lot of people spend their entire life trying to make a ton of money, but they don't do anything to try to help other people. And then you have all this whole other group of people that, like nonprofits, that spend their entire life trying to help others and say that they don't want to make any money off of it. We've got to find that middle ground of owning and being okay with the fact that you can help people. And because we have processes in place, when you start somebody with a challenge pack, you are giving them such hope that they can make serious changes in their life. You're giving them the nutritional support that they need. You're giving them the fitness direction that they need. And then you are giving them that support piece. We have a true process to help others. And it's the same thing when we bring coaches in. The things that I just shared with you guys, you do these steps, you are going to see serious results and ramifications because of these actions. So don't be afraid to share these opportunities with other people, whether it's coaches or whether it's potential challengers. People want to know that a process works. That's why it's important to share your own transformations. If you're sharing a challenger's transformation every single week, it's great to know that you can help somebody else change their life, but people want to know that you can change your life. So be willing to share who you are. And again, pretend this is like documenting your own fitness and wellness journey, okay? I think when you think about it that way, I never really care what people say because I don't think about it like, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I post this, how many people are going to message me about a program, you know? So anyhow, those are all my points for this evening. Does anybody have anything else they want to go over at all or questions? We good? Okay. All right, well, get your goals down for me. Liz, thanks for jumping on. I'm really glad that you did. And these two numbers I don't recognize. I'm also really glad you jumped on. And I will get the recording up soon. And let's get after it, okay? See you guys.
Thanks, Megan.